So hello everybody, welcome back. I hope that you like this video and that you find it helpful somehow. So anyway, grab your coffee, and if you wanted to share one with me, you will add it. Links for that down below. And we are going to prove to you that you know what is the level of counting and organizing for your kid depending upon the age that they have. Okay, and remember, this is basic arithmetic, and you're supposed to learn this in primary school, and so it's important. And I don't know if you can, maybe you want to pause the video so that you can write down the problem, but I'm going to read it. It says, 4 children try to guess the numbers of jelly beans in a small jar. Their guesses were 73, 79, 84, and 88. Gautam's guess was 1 away from the correct number. Hiroko's guess was 4 away, and Mateo's was 10 away. So now we have 4 numbers, and we have 3 that they are saying, well, you were close, but not this close, far, but not that far. And now they are asking you, how far away from the correct number was Sasha's guess? It's kind of like a competition. So you're talking to kids and you say, well, you were 1, you were 4, you were 10, and Sasha's was da-da-da-da. And then you gotta figure out what is the correct number. Now, in order for you to do this, you gotta work with grids. Grids will go with columns, as in the ones that go vertical, or rows, the ones that go horizontal. When you have 2 datas, it's easy because you select 1 in the column and then 1 for the row. And it is indifferent, okay? When you have 2 datas, it is indifferent. However, you may have 3 datas sometimes. So for example, you might be playing a game with the kids and then you say, hey, how many of these items are small, medium, big, that means size? How many of them are white, black, red, blue, that means color? And then how many of them are stars, circles, squares, and I don't know, let's say other one that you want, triangles or maybe cones. And so you go kind of like shapes. So now you have 3 aspects of this thing. If you have 2 aspects, it's easy because you have 1 row, 1 column. That's it. However, if you have 3 or 4, up to 4, okay, you cannot do more than 4. You can go 1 for 3, okay? 1 column for each thing, but then you can go uneven, as in 1, 3, 5, 7. You can do 1 aspects. For example, you can put color on this place. You can put size on this place. And on the other side, you put shapes, but you put it in the even columns. And then you put a color to separate them. So for example, blue and red. So blue, red, blue, red, blue, red. Or you can select like yellow, red, and whatever it is. And if you have 4, you select, it will be more difficult, but it will be blue, green, blue, green, blue, green, and now you have 4. And when you're going to do the totalizing, all you have to do is add up this one. You add up that and you put it together. And when you're going to add up, you can add all the green ones, and that's it. All the green ones in this column, that will give you this date. All the green ones in this column, that will give you this date. All the blue ones in this column, that will give you this date. All the color red for that one, that will give you that data. See, totalizing, you will do it by the row or by the column, but if it is mixed, all you have to do is I'm skipping the red one, or I'm skipping the blue one, I'm skipping the yellow one. See, and then you add only the ones that are certain color. This means that you need to have concentration and focus, and that is why I told you that the teachers are now telling the kids to do the process that I showed you. It's the attention thing. Buy a math notebook and just do shapes, colors, patterns of any type. It can be flowers, it can be stars, it can be whatever. And in level 1, you set up one shape. In level 2, you have 2 shapes, and then you have 3 colors, or vice versa. The idea is that you add up either one more shape or one more color, and that means that you're next level. So you start 1 shape, 1 color, then 2 shapes, 1 color. Then you start 2 shapes, 2 colors, and then you start 3 shapes, 3 colors, or 3 shapes, 2 colors, and things like that, which will make it a pattern. And it is for the kids to understand that when you're counting, you gotta focus on the numbers and the order that they go into. This is just counting. Counting means focus. So now, for this problem in particular, you have a limitant. Now, the limitants are for these numbers. So you have the guesses, 1, 2, 3, 4, because they're for kids. But you have 3 approximations. If you have 3 approximations, this means that the approximation goes for each number here, because they're not saying, oh, it was 1 away from number 84. No, they're saying it was 1 away from these 4. And so it is important that you understand this one. Why? Because now you're going to make the grid. It's called pre-selection. In the pre-selection, you write down the numbers. So 73, 79, 84, 88. Now, you called A, B, C because there are 3 guesses, and the 3 guesses are 2. Why 2? Well, because it says 1 away. It doesn't say 1 plus, as in 1 higher or 1 lower. It says 1 away. This means that it could be 72 or it could be 74. This means you add, for A, you add 1. This will give you 72, 74, 78, 80, 83, 85, ta-ta, ta-ta. And you do this for number 2 of the kids, which is, in this case, it was Hiroko's. She was 4. So, Hiroko's was 4. This means 73 minus 4, 73 plus 4, 79 minus 4 plus 4 minus 4 plus 4 minus 4 plus 4. And the same goes with the number 10. Minus 10 plus 10 minus 10 plus 10 minus 10 plus 10 minus 10 plus 10. It's called free selection. Now, if you have 4 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, times 2 choices, because it is minus 1 plus 1, that equals 8. And if you have 3 names, that will give you 24. This grid should have 24 numbers. Are we correct until that point? And if you count it, it actually has 24. So you're doing good. Now, next, when you're talking about the final selection, all you have to do is write down these results, as in 72, 74, and then all of the numbers that you put here, 75, 83, 80. Whatever numbers they are here, you put it here in this column, okay? This main column. So in here, you write down the 24 pre-selected numbers that you get from here. Why? Because the correct number is a place or is a number in which the three guesses meet. Why? Because they're saying one away from the correct number, from the correct number, from the correct number. Think about like, I have a center point. This is the distance, this, and that. Yeah, but that means that it is the common denominator or the common thing is the correct number. This means that the correct number must be in these three results together. So how do you do that? Well, now you write down in A, do we have a 72? Because this one will be 72, remember. This one will be 72, 75, 78, and all of those numbers that were the pre-selected. So you said, this one has A. Yes, 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 and yes. And now you go with B. Now, as soon as you go with B, then do 72 is the same as whatever here that goes with number 4. The answer is no. Then you select this one. You just cross it over and say no. So this one it meets A, but it does not meet B. Why not? Well, it's not in this data. You just cross-reference the tables. And when you do the cross-reference for the table, you go, nope, it is not in B. If it is not in B, cross it over. You go kind of like, yes, this one, no. Why not? Well, because as soon as you say 73 minus 4, that is 69. Does it meet? No. Do any number add to 69? The answer is no. And so you cross over all of them. You can do this by order of the numbers that you have here, or I would suggest that you do it by the order that it is here, regardless of which one is higher or lower. Because there is people that will go, oh, I will organize it to who is the lowest. So the lowest is going to be, at this point, the lowest is going to be 63. You know, the lowest is going to be 63. But then I go, no, write it down anyway. Write it down anyway and do it in order. As in, you write down 72, 69, and 63. And you do it like that all the time in order. Why? Because if you skip one number here, one of them, again, lack of focus. If you have lack of focus for whatever reason, and you miss one of these numbers and you didn't write it here because you already know that that's not the answer, you skipped the process. You could skip the process if and only if your level of concentration is so high that you already know that there is no way that it is going to be 63. Why it can never be 63? Because the highest number here, it cannot have one more. Meaning, if I add 63 plus 1, Gautam's guess, which was 1, I don't have 64 in this list. And so now I know it cannot be, there is no way that it's going to be the maximum and the minimum, because having 10 away, it's too much if I'm going to put it with 1 that goes with Gotham's. See what I mean? Your limitations are Gotham's, which is 1, and then Mateo's, which is 10. So you know that it cannot be 63 and it cannot be 98. So the minimum and the maximum, they cannot be by logic. However, you need to add and write down all of them because you are teaching procedure. And the procedure is write down all of these numbers over here. Now, there are people, like I said, that will go, well, the smallest one is 63, then they just go 69, and they will go 72, blah, 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 and they try to put it in order. But if you do that and skip 1, you might miss the entire point. So, you write down all of the solutions here. You try, and then you will realize that the number that matches all of these is actually 83. 83 and 84.